Hello everybody and welcome back to my reviews once again. This is another review of the Aliens comics, Trident Comics. So we just did issue 11, which is here, and there's a reason that I've got 3 comics here. So as I said to you, issue 12 with the Trident Comics, things all changed. Now it's just an opinion for me, but I didn't like the change. I still collected all the comics, even though I had to recollect them again recently because I don't know whatever happened to them. My mum got rid of so much of my stuff, my Star Wars, my He-Mans, my Transformers, because back then you didn't know the value of stuff. You didn't know stuff was going to be valuable. It was literally just a toy or a magazine. So people would throw them away. That's why I'm always on the hunt now when I go to shops or boot fairs, stuff like that, and I see things and I think, oh, that's great, I'm going to get that. Because it's like recollecting the good stuff, you know? So we just did issue 11. And if you look at the front cover of issue 11, we had some really good art. You had your sections, didn't you? Like I've always said when I've done these reviews, your Aliens, your Predator, your Aliens versus Predator, and, you know, different art on the covers. So that was the art on the covers of these kind of comics. So there you go, it's the same layout again. This was issue 7, which I've already reviewed, but it's just to show you the cover layouts. So the cover layouts were all the same up until issue 12, which is right here. So as you can see, this issue 12 of January 1992. It completely changed. Now this copy is a bit battered. I had to buy this copy, but it is a bit battered, so unfortunately it doesn't look its best. The cover art went more movie-like, I would say. Some people may like this better. I just didn't. It drifted away from the comic kind of art to more 3D-like art, maybe. So yeah, new format, 64 pages. So the pages increased. Now, at some point, Trident Comics obviously collapsed as a company. So I think it merged into like Dark Horse and stuff like that, and they become like one sort of company then. And these comics finished at 17. So this is issue 12. And it's of January of 1992. So we've moved a year now forward to 1992. And it used to be £1.50, but it went up to £1.95. Now, whether that's to cover overheads or not, I have no idea. But that was certainly a jump from £1.50 to £1.95 back then. It was a lot of money. And they kept the same format in the In Space No One Can Hear You Scream, and the Aliens, the original movie, James Cameron style, right header. Not suitable for young children still, so it stayed the same. More Aliens, more Predator, more Terror. So the front cover didn't explain as much. So there you go. So the last episode we was on was Aliens, wasn't it? So now 64 pages, Aliens gives you maximum xenomorph action every month with 4 devastating strips. So it's changed from 3 to 4, which is a bit of a bonus, isn't it? Including by popular demand the original Alien comic saga. Alien Book 1, which begins sterilisation of this issue. The response to suggestions that we ran this was overwhelming. Enjoy the rest, and look out for the new big Alien adventure beginning next month. So something was coming next month. So cover art was by Dennis Bavar again, who's been doing the cover art from the beginning. Design was John Mould, and production team was Dan Abbott and Nigel McKay. So a couple of those names have been mentioned all the way through. But at some point these magazines changed up, and I'll explain to you how they changed up. So the last of the Aliens Earth War stories, Ripley was heading towards Earth with the Queen Mother in tow. So she'd been to the alien planet, she had got the Queen Mother, she'd captured her, because the Queen Mother draws all of the aliens. So she drew all of the aliens to the Queen Mother on the homeworld, kidnapped the Queen Mother, and then nuked the alien homeworld. So according to this comic, there is an alien homeworld. So in a last-ditch attempt to rid the Earth of the aliens that infest it, Ripley, Newton, Hicks have staged a desperate mission to the alien homeworld where Ripley has managed to capture the Queen Mother of the whole alien race. The war enters its final phase as the team return to Earth with their prize, and everything's at stake. But Newt cannot shake her obsession with the girl Amy, a child trapped on the ravaged surface of the alien-ruled Earth. So as you know, the original story was the aliens, the xenomorphs, have finally overrun Earth because of Weyland-Yutani's stupidness. So the story by Mark Verheiden, art by Sam Keefe, colouring Monica Livingston, lettering Pat Brosom, and Diana Schultz was the original editor. So this has gone to Earth now, and this is the little girl Amy. And these are people who are trying to survive on the Earth that's infested by xenomorphs. Now, this is more true to what I've been saying all along about xenomorphs and Earth, and I'll keep battering on about it. Once they're on Earth, they're here to stay, which was what I said was the only flaws about AVP Requiem and stuff like that. Keep it away from Earth, because once they're on Earth, that's the end of it. You know, which was good with the Alien Earth series. I like the way they've put on an island so far, so they can kind of explain away the lack of infestation so far, because there hasn't been a queen hatched that we know of. But if you go by Ridley Scott's Alien, the alien has no gender, and the queen wasn't mentioned, was it? So that's even more worrying that they can breed themselves, because I think that was what the original Alien was touching on, wasn't it? Ridley Scott's Alien. But then James Cameron's Alien, they brung in the queen, didn't they, and changed it up a little bit, which I don't know, good, bad, it's down to the preference of the person, but it's there, isn't it? You can't change it, you can't go back. It is what it is, isn't it? But yeah, so Earth would be overrun, so like I say, with the Alien Earth series. But then we've seen xenomorphs swimming, haven't we? We've seen them underwater in different films, haven't we? So there you go. But this is basically talking about the girl Amy trying to survive on the planet, and she's come under attack. They're trying to keep her safe. But there's also on the planet a cult now of people who worship the xenomorphs and capture humans for them, for harvesting, thinking that the xenomorphs will leave them alone, I guess. So yeah, so this is the point of the story where Ripley is heading towards the Earth, and the idea being is she wants to get all of the aliens to come after the Queen Mother, and then she's going to nuke them and sterilise the Earth with something called Arona's bombs. They were bombs that were designed before the outbreak to destroy the aliens. So now they've lost all communication with Earth, because the group they were in communication with has been captured by the cult. And Newt is starting to lose it a bit. She's getting a bit agitated by it all, and she just wants to save this little girl. She's having a Ripley moment, what I call a Ripley moment, where Ripley just decided that Newt was the only thing that mattered, wasn't it, in Aliens? And she wasn't worried about herself anymore. She just wanted to save someone. She just wanted to be the saviour for once, get something back. Which happens to everyone, doesn't it, in some point of their lives? You just want to get some little small victory, don't you? So the ship has arrived on Earth, and they've set the bombs, they've set the trap. But Newt decides that she's going to go and save this Amy, because Amy is trapped. This is very much like the end of Aliens, where Newt is trying to find this little girl Amy and rescue her before it all goes down. And there's pictures of Newt in the hive trying to get Amy. They've dropped the Queen Mother off, and they're trying to work out a way now to try and escape and get everyone off the planet's surface. So Amy's father was killed trying to help him out, and they're now fighting off the hordes of xenomorphs. Ripley is now talked about maybe sacrificing herself because she knows how much the Queen wants to keep her there, wants to take her with her. And they've armed the bombs, and the bombs are in an APC. And there's one last stand with Ripley and Newt trying to fight their way out of the hive, and that's where they find the little girl Amy and rescue her. Newt rescues her, and the Queen, as you can see, is coming after Newt. Pretty cool. And there you go, look, hang on honey, hang on. Do you remember that from Aliens? Don't let them take me again. And that's when Ripley turns up and kills the Queen. And that's where that part of the story comes to a bit of an end. So yeah, it's a good scene there. Ripley's firing on the Queen. She's trying to lead them all out, get everybody out. And you can see there that they're going to leave Ripley behind, thinking that she's dead, thinking that Newt's dead. And they've not. They've all managed to get back. And then there's a scene there where it ends, and Newt says to Ripley, "Are we going to sleep all the way home?" And she says, "Yes, all the way home. And I'll never leave you this time." Because that was like the story at the end of Alien, wasn't it? Now, there's a turn at the end of this, how this ends, because it turns out that the engineers were sending the signals to Ripley to get her to engage the Queen Mother and kill the aliens on Earth. Because all along, they wanted to colonise the planet. They wanted to take it over. So a new battle would begin with the engineers, Ripley, Newt and Hicks. So they've all survived, basically, which is a good end to the story. Newt's writing a little book about what things that have happened, and they're talking about how they're going to repopulate the Earth and how they're going to work with the engineers to somehow repopulate the Earth, to talk about, to negotiate with them. But then at the end it comes up and there's an alien that's still alive on Earth. Or on the homeworld, it doesn't really say. But perhaps Earth's new inhabitants would learn from our mistake. So yeah, that's a cool way of ending that story. So then it moves on again to the Predator Big Game, which is a good book. But this is in cartoon form. So where we left off last time was obviously the army base had been destroyed because they had found a Predator ship and tampered with it, and he had set it for self-destruct. He's just killed the deputy, hasn't he, and his marshals, and the town's now being evacuated because of all the problems that are going on. The military still don't know what's going on yet, and how a nuclear bomb went off in the facility, so they've evacuated the town in case there's any further danger. But obviously there's a guy here driving around the town wondering where everybody is, and he comes under attack from the hunter Predator. Some cool art there. And Predator now is broke his own code because of all that's gone on. He's just literally killing randoms. So he's broke his own code of honour, really. And there's a good bit there. You just bagged your last trophy. And there's Nakai with a rocket launcher, and he fires it at the predator, and he's injured it badly now. So he's injured the hunter quite badly. But obviously the hunter then attacks him back. So some good scenes there. So Nakai's down. The predator's trying to run away. The army are trying to kill it now, but they're not having any success. The general isn't happy with Nakai's approach, which could have got civilians killed. And Nakai's being ordered to stand down. And there's an army hunting party now, decked out with night vision goggles, looking for the hunter. And there's some great art there. You can see where it's now attacking the soldiers, taking them out. The old green blood. If it bleeds, we can kill it. The predator has started to quickly take out the soldiers. And Nakai has been told he's put on guard duty in the town, so he's not part of the hunting party. And he's met up with another Native American soldier. And they're just talking about what's going on. Some very good art in this part still. So now it's gone back to the past. On a ranch, and it's telling the story of the hunters and how they came. How there's a monster slayer. Very good. Talking about what's to come, and what's happening, and there's a task ahead. You know, so the old medicine man is telling the sort of stories of the past, of how they interpret the hunter's visits. So this was probably where they got a few of the ideas for prey from, you know. So now they're devising a way to fight the creature, and they're talking about it, or how it's going to be. And they're hatching a plan of how they're going to kill it now. So the next episode should be the military's advance. So that's very cool. So as I say, that still stayed the same. I think because of the fact that they couldn't have changed it up in the new episodes. So this is the Alien Part 1, and it's gone to black and white. So that's very telling at this point of the comic, that maybe they didn't have the money there. So this is basically going to be a story of how Earth's president is negotiating with the engineers. They've made contact with the engineers, and they want to know how they're going to repopulate the Earth, and what's happening down on the planet at the moment with the eradication of the remaining xenomorphs. Because obviously some xenomorphs survived. Newt, Hicks and Ripley's story has ended here, but then it picks up again with the story before, how Newt and Hicks survived on Earth and how they ran into General Spears. So it actually goes back in time now. So again, this is about negotiations of how Earth is trying to negotiate to repopulate the Earth and take it back. So there's some scenes of the battles that have taken place, of how the bombs were detonated and what happened to the xenomorphs on Earth, and how we destroyed them, and where the engineers came into play. So yeah, that's the story of that. As I said, it was in black and white, so it was a little bit, there's an engineer there, look. So as I said, it's to be continued. In less than 1 hour, I will enter into face-to-face negotiations for the repopulation of Earth. So there you go. So the people of Earth have gone on board the engineer's ship, to do negotiations with the engineers. So that's pretty cool to know about engineers before the movies. So this is Aliens Book 1. It's by Mark Verheiden. Pencils by Mark A. Nelson. Lettering by Willie Schubert. And original editor Randy Stradley. We begin our serialisation of the major strip sequence that started it all, an Aliens epic that was first comic strip sequel to the films. At the end of the Aliens movie, Ripley, Newt and Hicks escape from the clutches of the Queen Mother and return to Earth aboard the Sulaco, hoping they've left the nightmare behind forever. 10 years later. So this goes to 10 years later. So this is the story of, this is telling the story of Newt's dreams now. And what happened on LV-426. How the people got infected, stuff like that. But this is about Newt's dreaming. So these are the doctors that managed to get hold of Newt and Hicks after the original incident. So that goes back there. There you go. You've got some of the original aliens there, which is cool. Original alien strip. Drake, Vasquez pinned in the generator station. Hicks. They're all around us, man. Me and Frost will take the front. Hudson lay down some kick-ass cover. The rest of you ease around the back. We're going to outflank these mothers. There you go. So it goes back to the original story of how they found Newt. And then it wakes up with Hicks dreaming. So Hicks has been dreaming about the past. And there's Newt has been captured in his dreams. And he's fouled. Dietrich's and Hudson. I've got a dry mouth. Dietrich's and Hudson give me a fix on your position. There's something damn strange in. There you go. So there's Frost and Vasquez. That didn't happen in the movie, obviously, but in Hicks's dreams. So this has gone back in time, which is cool. It tells the story of how Newt and Hicks actually survive, because we learned in the earlier magazines, didn't we, that Ripley was obviously taken, wasn't she, during the journey, and told that Hicks and Newt would be mistreated if she didn't go with them. So the end of Aliens obviously is very different to Alien 3. We learnt that obviously Wade and Yutani captured up with the Sulaco after Aliens and took Ripley off on missions. And Hicks and Newt were supposed to be left alone, weren't they? But they obviously weren't, were they? And they were there during the Earth takeover. So this is going to talk about the Earth takeover, which is obviously will run straight into the General Spears missions, which was at the beginning of issue 1 of these comics. There's another cool Terminator advert there. The Cyborg Carnage continues. Out now. Beyond the movie. Brilliant. 1992, and that was still £1. That was only £1, that comic. So there you go. So this grows up considerably. Look at that. Very cool. Freddy's dead. Remember that in 3D? The Final Nightmare. I actually like that one. I thought it was really good, that one. This is your brain. This is your brain on drugs. Remember that? Johnny Depp advert on the telly. Freddy's Nightmares. And that was a comic as well. £1.50. February of 1992. I might have to look at getting those. Review those. That'd be good. So there you have it, guys. Issue 12 of January of 1992. It'd gone up to £1.95 and everything had changed. Had it changed for the better? Ooh, not for me. I think that this was maybe the beginning of the end of these comics. But it went right up to issue 17. So, you know, I've got them all now. So I'll be reviewing all of them. So, thanks for coming. I hope you tune in again. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys soon.